Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night. It's the best night of the week, and I'll tell you what, we're having a little fun, a little too much fun. We're just going to start the show over again. The first two times that we tried, we had all kinds of noise, and I think we got the noise taken care of, so we're going to try it yet a third time, because third time's always a charm, right? Anyway, so Doug, how you doing?
I am doing great. How are you, Michael?
Well, I'm doing fantastic if this is going to work, so we're going to find out now whether or not
it's the gremlins, Mike. It's the gremlins.
Well, you know, I was going to ask you a question, and I'll give you time to think about the question. The question is going to be, what's the difference between gremlins and demons? So that was a question I actually was going to ask you later on. So you have time to think about it. So we're going to first start the show off by playing the Kiss thing for Ace Frehley, and then I got one more that we'll play, and then we're going to do the real show. So here we go.
Obituary. Remembering Ace Frehley, 1951, 2025, the spaceman who took rock to the stars. The world of rock music has dimmed just a little as we say goodbye to Ace Frehley, the original lead guitarist and co-founder of Kiss, who passed away on the 16th of October, 2025, at the age of 74 after complications from a fall at his home. Known to millions as the Spaceman, Ace Frehley was not just a guitarist. He was a cosmic force of energy, charisma, and innovation who changed the way rock looked, sounded, and felt. From Bronx beginnings to stardom born, Paul Daniel Frehley in the Bronx, New York, on the 27th April, 1951, Ace picked up a guitar as a teenager and never looked back. His raw talent, rebellious streak, and love of British rock icons like Cream and The Who helped shape his distinctive tone and larger-than-life stage presence. When he answered an ad placed by Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, and Peter Criss in 1972, Kiss was born. It was not long before his space-themed persona and electrifying solos helped catapult the band to superstardom. Career highlights and achievements: founding member of Kiss, 1973, 1982, 1996, 2002, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, 2014, with the original Kiss lineup, featured on classic albums including Kiss Alive, Destroyer, Love Gun, and Dynasty, writer and performer of iconic Kiss songs such as Shock Me, Gold Gin, Rocket Ride, and Parasite. His 1978 solo album, Ace Frehley, went platinum, powered by the hit New York Groove. Successful solo career throughout the 1980s to 2020s with albums like Frehley's Comet, Anomaly, Spaceman, and 10,000 Volts. 2024, Beyond the Makeup Ace was more than his silver face paint and guitar fireworks. He was a technical innovator who designed some of Kiss's most memorable effects, including a smoke-emitting and rocket-launching guitar that became a concert hallmark. Offstage, Ace was a lover of cars, pinball machines, comic books, and UFO lore. He often said his spaceman persona was not just a gimmick. It reflected his lifelong fascination with outer space and the mysteries of the universe. Personal life and legacy. Frehley's journey was not without turbulence. He was open about his struggles with addiction and self-destruction, but turned those experiences into stories of resilience and redemption. His honesty about his past, chronicled in his autobiography, No Regrets, 2011, inspired countless fans who saw him as a reminder that it is never too late to change course. Ace is survived by his daughter Monique, longtime partner Rachel Gordon, and millions of devoted fans across the globe. Tribute. From the moment his Les Paul roared to life on stage, Ace Frehley made every kid in the audience believe that rock and roll could take you to another planet. He was not just a guitarist. He was a pioneer of showmanship, a sonic architect, and the very heartbeat of an era that defined loud, proud rock energy. Rest easy, Spaceman. The stars are a little brighter tonight because you are among them.
All right. That was one. One down, and that
was
actually,
one.
we did it actually successfully.
There for 1 second, I heard it.
Oh, well, that's one more second than I thought you would hear. So,
That's right.
all right.
We're improving.
And the next one is June Lockhart. Do you remember June Lockhart?
I remember June Lockhart.
She was she's the mom everybody had.
Obituary: June Lockhart, June 25, 1925, October 23, 2025. Beloved actress, television icon, and enduring TV mom. Hollywood and television have lost one of their most cherished figures. June Lockhart, the warm-hearted actress best known for her roles on Lassie and Lost in Space, passed away peacefully of natural causes on October 23, 2025, at her home in Santa Monica, California. She was 100 years old. Career highlights and achievements. Born June Kathleen Lockhart on June 25, 1925, in New York City, to actor parents Jean and Kathleen Lockhart. Made her stage debut at age 8, and her film debut in 1938's A Christmas Carol, acting alongside her parents. Early film roles included classics like Meet Me in St. Louis, 1944. Gained widespread recognition for playing Ruth Martin on Lassie, 1958 to 1964, and Maureen Robinson on Lost in Space, 1965 to 1968. Earned a special Tony Award early in her career for her performance in the Broadway play For Love or Money, 1947. Her television and stage career spanned over 8 decades, making her one of Hollywood's longest active performers. Honored by NASA and appreciated by astronauts who told her that her role in Lost in Space inspired them to pursue science. Fun facts and personal legacy. Though she became famous as the idealized TV mother, Lockhart admitted she was far more adventurous in real life. She described herself as someone who did everything but fly on a trapeze. She maintained a sharp interest in current events and news deep into her final years. One longtime friend said she was very happy up until the very end, reading the New York Times and LA Times every day. For many viewers, she wasn't just an actress. She was mom, leading a generation of children through the adventures of Lassie and later an interstellar family on Lost in Space. Her longevity and wide-ranging roles meant she bridged Hollywood's golden age and modern television, a rare feat in entertainment. Final tribute. June Lockhart's passing marks the end of an era, but her legacy lives on. She gave comfort and adventure. Whether leading a collie through the countryside or launching a family into space, she taught us that strength, kindness, and curiosity could coexist. We will always remember her warm presence, her reliability, and her unique ability to make us feel like part of her television family. Rest in peace, June Lockhart. Your impact will endure forever.
Anne says she didn't know who June Lockhart was. You never watched Lost in Space and never watched Lassie?
Lassie.
Yeah, I remember her, and I'll tell you what, she looked pretty good for a woman 100 years old. Wow, I just can't even imagine being 100 years. It's too far in the future for me to even think about. And can you imagine what she saw in her lifetime? All the different things that she saw in 100 years? Oh, that's a lot. So, anyway, that's that. Now, the birthday game. You didn't think you were going to get away with that, did you?
I thought we could skip that since we started over again 3 times, but I guess not, huh?
Well, we'll just have twice as many next week. We'll have a birthday show that's just the birthday show. Oh, man. Man, I'm just glad this sound problem is taken care of for now. I got to get another USB mixer, though, because that USB was the cleanest back in the day. That was the cleanest mixer I ever owned. And I never had any noise problems or anything. I didn't even suspect that because I never ever had a problem with it. All right, so that tells me a lot. That really actually makes me feel better than I know what it was now. Let's go through these quickly. Some of these guys you're not going to know. Eminem is one you might know. And that's what
Heard of him. I don't know him, though.
He's a rapper guy.
I have no idea.
He's 53. All right.
40. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Michael McKean. Do you remember Happy Days?
I remember Happy Days.
He was Lenny.
Okay, Lenny is in his 70s.
He is in his 70s. That is correct. That's 78. Mike Judge. He's the guy that did Homer Simpson, I think, and a lot of those cartoons. Oh, I got to bring him up. I'm not used to everything working. Of course, you wouldn't know what he looked like because he's a voiceover guy.
He's a voice character.
But he also did. I forgot about that. He did. What's it? What are they called? Oh wow, I can't think of their name. Those two idiots that I can't stand them.
From
I can't remember their names.
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead. Well, you remembered that better than I did. Yep, he created them too.
He's probably 67.
You are close. You got 63 on that. Snoop Dogg.
Snoop. That's hard.
He's been around a while.
Yeah, he has.
He's not a pup anymore.
I bet he's 67. I'm going to go 67.
54. I thought he was older than that.
54.
I thought he was older than that too. But John Krasinski, you may not know him, but he was in The Office. He was.
Yeah.
He also did the movies Quiet One, or Quiet. Yeah, Quiet One. I think it was called, or something like that. It was Quiet something. It was a good movie. He wrote that, and he wrote 1, 2, and 3 of that.
Was he in anything else?
He's been in things. He's had parts in other things too, but those are what he's known for. He's been actually. One thing he was in was Amazon did a
John Clancy.
Yes.
That's who I know him from.
Yeah.
I know him from The Office too, but I mean, yeah, he was. What's his name? The lead character.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I just remember seeing he was doing
it. He's probably 52.
He is 46. That's within the
46.
almost. William Zabka. You may not know his name, but he was the Karate Kid, the bad guy, and he was also
yeah,
okay, and all that. Him.
Yeah, I have no idea. Let's see. I'm going to guess here. 55.
60.
He's 60.
Here's your favorite one.
Okay.
I know you'll probably know this one when you see it. Kamala.
She's 62.
61. Yeah. Kim Kardashian. She's holding up pretty good.
Kim, yeah, she's got to be in her 50s.
45.
45, is that all?
That's all.
It's been around a long time.
Ryan Reynolds.
She must have married.
She married.
Young.
Yeah. She also had a bad series of people that she married too.
Yeah, she didn't pick them well.
No. Anyway, Ryan Reynolds or Deadpool.
Yeah, Ryan is 53.
49. So that's within the reach. Here's another one you should know. When we were going to college, he was big. Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al, he's 79.
66.
Wow.
He was young. He was young when
He was young too. He was young.
When he was on Dr. Demento, he was young. Dwight Yoakam.
No.
He's 69. Country guy. Bob Odenkirk, if you watched, you probably didn't. Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. And he actually has a movie out called Nobody, which is actually a very funny movie.
No idea. Mike.
63. Jeff Goldblum.
63. Jeff.
He's been around for a while, too.
He's got to be. I'm going to say 69.
73.
73.
Christopher Lloyd. Now, keep in mind, he was
old when he was old.
I was going to say, keep in mind, he was old when Back to the Future came out. And he's got
to be 88.
He's got to be 87, 80, yeah, within, okay. John Cleese. He's been around forever.
76.
Way high. I mean, way higher. 86.
86.
Keep in mind, he was making stuff in the 60s.
Yeah.
Kelly Osbourne.
Yeah, well, yeah.
By the way, this is Kelly Osbourne today. That's Kelly Osbourne that I remember. This is her today. She had major stuff done. Because there's no way that would be the same as that.
That's a single.
Yeah. When I saw that, I'm like, no, that can't be her. It really can't be. Maybe it's not her. Maybe it's because really, well, then and now, actually, these two, that is her.
She's 49.
She's 41. Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts has to be.
Oop, don't look.
I'm gonna bet she's. Oh. I was gonna say 60.
Well, that's close enough.
58.
But she's been in a lot of movies when we were younger. She hasn't been in a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
She must be living off her old money, off of her Runaway Bride money or something. I don't know if you know him. Joaquin Phoenix?
No.
Okay. He played the Joker. And he's 51. And then there's I don't think you'll know Andy Richter, so I'm not going to ask you him. But he was the co-host of one of those shows. I can't remember. Oh, with Conan at one point.
He was with Conan, okay.
But he's 59. That's it. Did pretty good. Because a lot of
it was all right.
I don't think I would have done that good, actually. But yeah, that was some good stuff. All right, so now we can go on to more important things. I don't know what they are, but we'll go on to them. Do you want to run some stuff?
No, let's go with you.
All right, you sure?
Yeah, you've got a bunch of backup stuff.
Oh, I got so much stuff. I got a ton of stuff. All right, so we'll take this off of there. We'll take this off of there. And we can start running the stuff I got. We'll just go right down the line here. Skip some of that stuff. Some of the stuff's important, some of the stuff isn't. Do you know Jim Carrey is going to be, he's in talks with the Jetsons. They're going to do a Jetsons movie.
Really? That would be interesting.
I think it's really, because we grew in that generation.
Yeah.
That I thought would be kind of a neat one. I'd buy into that. And he would be the guy to do it because he's got that characteristics. He can, look like George Jetson. I'm assuming George Jetson.
Yeah, it's George.
That would be good, though. I'd like to see that. Let me clear some of these here too, so that we don't run into issues. I got too many windows open. All right. That's what happens when you have a lot of birthdays. I'm glad that we got rid of that noise. That was really driving. Uh-oh. Didn't want to close that. Why did I end up closing? Oh, no, stop. We're not starting the show again. We already started it twice. Or 3 times. Alright, let's see here. Alright, we're going to close those. Alright. That way I can open windows where I need to open windows. Alright, there we go. Alright, now. Okay. Black Phone opened with Black Phone 2 opened with a global of 42 million this weekend. That's a Blumhouse film. Blumhouse does a lot of really cool stuff, and it's funny because they do their pay schedule a lot different than everybody else. Like everybody that does movies just basically gives you like a percentage, and you get a point for you get by the amount of people that go to the movies. You get paid by that if you're an actor, and so this guy does it by you work basically for free, but you get a bigger piece of the gate, so you have a chance to make, especially people that aren't way up there on the pay scale, get a chance to make a lot better money. And the director likes it because he doesn't have to worry about paying you because you're getting a part of the gate. So 42 million is pretty good.
It's everybody's interest to make a good movie.
Right. That's exactly right. So you don't get attitudes and stuff that way too. I would love to figure out how to do that for myself and get people to, be loyal to me. YouTube just ate TV, and I think we talked about this a little bit last time, or one of the last couple times that we had a show. But YouTube is getting more popular, and actually I find myself spending more time on YouTube than on regular TV because I just find something interesting on so many channels. And so people are really getting more into YouTube than say Peacock or any of the other networks. So it says here, for a moment, the 50-yard line at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California was the media capital of the world, as the San Francisco 49ers were warming up on the September 21st game against Arizona Cardinals. And then it talks, but you find out that they're spending a lot of money on their programming now. They're buying things. Like, that's the other thing. Netflix is really getting into that too. Netflix is into buying conglomerates like the NFL, like WWE. They're spending money so that they can turn around and like the big networks don't want to spend that money. They're spending it and they're taking all the audience away. I found that really interesting that they're trying that. They're taking over a big piece of the viewership of different aspects. So, like when you watch television, tell me what do you watch particular stations? Do you watch particular programming? Do you watch network? Do you watch streaming?
I watch. There's 3 shows we watch on network. We watch streaming mostly.
Yeah.
Stuff on Netflix and streaming.
It's crazy.
I was going to get rid of Netflix until they got WWE, and then that killed that.
Yeah, me too. Well, I wasn't getting rid of Netflix, but I used it occasionally. But I didn't watch it very often. Now I'm watching every Monday, and actually, I'll tell you a little secret. If you want those pay-per-views that are on ESPN,
yeah,
you can get them from Netflix. But you got to do things a little bit sideways. What you do is you get. Do you know what a VPN is?
No.
A VPN.
Oh yeah, I know what a VPN is.
So if you get a subscription to a VPN. I got a lifetime VPN that I bought years ago that I never used, and I used it just recently to see if it worked, and it does. What you do is, let's say there's a pay-per-view in any state. Let's say it's in in Texas. You can't get it if you're in the United States unless you go to ESPN, or you have a VPN. What you do is you load up the VPN and you pick England as your VPN, or your VPN to. If you VPN to England and get and then sign on to your Netflix, you now have a whole different thing of programming, because they get some stuff that we don't get, and we get stuff they don't get. Well, if you want it, let's say, for instance, that pay-per-view that they did in, ESPN did that one in Australia. We couldn't get it because it was ESPN. I went to England with a VPN, signed on to Netflix, and I watched the pay-per-view. Or it's called a PLE now. And you can do that whenever they have a PLE on ESPN. You just have to go out of the country by using your VPN, sign on to Netflix, and then you get it. So, anyway, little piece of information.
A little piece of information.
A little piece of information that's very costly to some people. But, it's kind of, it's when you're used to getting it for free because of the Peacock, who wants to spend, what is it, $40-$60 or whatever it is?
For a paper. Yeah. For a paper.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't know what they cost because I haven't paid for a pay-per-view in a long time. They're going to do, well, they just did Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy, another movie on John Wayne Gacy, on Peacock. That's weird. Didn't Peacock have another one on there? I think I saw it before. Unless that's a different one. Might be the same one. Boy, that guy was a really disgusting man. And he's the guy that killed all the boys and buried them in his yard or whatever it was. That was crazy. I don't know if this is a new one or not. But they had a 5-part documentary on him on Peacock that I saw a couple years ago. So I guess this must be a new one. It says YouTube Eats TV. Okay, wasn't that what I just talked about? Hold on.
You just had it up there.
Yeah, but I think this is a different. Oh yeah, that is the one. Okay, all right. Then I already had it on there. So that's. I mean, basically, they're becoming real dominant, and they've got probably more material. And actually, what a smart plan! What a smart plan! You get people to give their stuff for free, and pay them on the back end if they get enough people. And then, you're not paying for content. They got so much content that's really good content that they don't have to pay for, or that they end up paying per watch, so that they don't, they run ads, so, it doesn't cost them anything. Okay, how many tickets do you think sold for the 2026 FIFA World Cup coming to the U.S., Canada, and Mexico?
I have no idea.
They already sold, hold on here, they already sold over 1 million tickets.
Wow.
Man, I remember when we were kids, we didn't care about soccer. Our one friend, Scott, he loves soccer. And I thought, that's never going to catch on. Yep, that's never going to catch on. No, 1 million tickets sold already. Jeez. That's unbelievable.
You ever know what happened to Scott?
I have no idea.
Yeah, neither do I.
I'd love to find out. Wish he would show up somewhere so that we could actually catch up. But, it happens. Then we got Jelly Roll. You know who he is, right?
Oh, I know Jelly Roll, yeah.
Well, this is one story on him, but the other story I'm going to tell you about is something else. So he ran across a guy that was down on his luck, and lifts a struggling street performer's spirits with impromptu FaceTime duet. So he did a FaceTime duet with this guy that was down on his luck. That's kind of cool.
It is cool.
But he also cheated on his wife. Not
No, I was just going to say that. That's the one I knew.
Yeah, that's the sad part. And it tells you that, you know, being famous gets you laid. Because I'll tell you what, there's no way in the world if I was a woman I'd go with him. Man, tattoos on the face, I just don't get it.
That's all fame. It's all fame.
Yeah, well, he was in jail, I think, at one point. Because he was not a good guy at one point. So at least he straightened somewhat out. But and actually, if it weren't for the WWE, he wouldn't be as thin as he was now, right? There as he is now. So that's kind of, I don't know. But let's see what else. I don't need to. We'll do that one. We don't need to do that one now because that one is not time sensitive. All right. Then we got. Oh, did you hear about this jewelry heist?
In London?
Yeah.
I mean, in France, at the Louvre?
Yeah, that's the one.
These are not the top quality thieves.
No. It says a team of robbers made off with priceless jewelry from the Louvre yesterday. So that was 2 weeks ago, probably.
Yeah.
And didn't they catch them or something? I thought they caught them.
They caught 2 of the 4.
Yeah. I probably have an update on that.
One was trying to get out of the country, and I forget how they got the other guy.
Yeah.
But they got away on scooters.
Well, that would be good if there's a lot of traffic, because you know no one's going to move if there's traffic. But yeah, that seemed really kind of. Oh yeah, there it is. Stealing loot and fleeing on motor scooters. The raid lasted under 7 minutes. Some jewelry was recovered nearby. The rest is lost as of this writing. Authorities have closed the museum to visitors while their investigation continues. And it's the most visited museum with up to 30,000 daily visitors. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. I might have further down an update on this, but it seems to me I had a newer version. All right, do you know what the average span of a Major League Baseball is? The baseball itself.
No.
7 pitches. That's why it costs so much for tickets. They got to buy new balls.
You got to buy all those balls.
Flying cars are here.
Every time it hits the dirt, they replace it. Every time it foul ball, they replace it. Every hit, they replace it.
I'm surprised that would that's such an expensive sport. Well, that's why they charge $20 for a hot dog.
That's right. Got to buy all those baseballs.
Yeah. Flying cars are here, and you don't need a license to pilot it. I'm waiting for the thing to pop up here. Uh-oh, that's not the right. Well, that's not it. The coding oh, that's not the right one. Okay. Uh-oh. Well, that kind of sucks, because that should have been... Oh, okay, that's why. Okay. Here we go. This is the right one. There you go. Flying car. You don't need a license for it. I'd like that. Except I don't like heights.
That kind of comes with territory. You got to be up in the air.
The thing is, I'm surprised that there wouldn't be some kind of... I'm sure you can't go as high. Let me read this here. So, let's see. All right, let's see. One scene in last week, Don Neal of the Wall Street Journal recounted taking a test flight in one such car after completing a 4-day training session. He detailed his experience in the pivotal Black Fly, an electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle. It's an eVTOL. Designed for consumers, which he tested out as an agricultural site near Watsonville, California. To take off, you simply hold the toggle switch forward. The props turn slowly in unison, calibrating, then spool furiously. A squadron of lawnmowers on deck. And it says here, I drove a flying car. Get ready, they're here. The machine vaults into the air, nose first, throwing you back, looking at the sky, and followed by an easy and short flight. It will just hang there until you push back the joystick forward. See, I wonder if that's gas or if that's electric or whatever. Because I'd be thinking that'd be weird if you're running gas and your vehicle's at a, depending what.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's electric, but then electric would make it heavier. I don't know. It's an interesting concept. But I would be interested in something like that if I could, skip the lines, and like if I could go to visit my school in an hour instead of 2.5. I would do that. But it says there's in the United States, the Federal Aviation Administration issued an advanced air mobility implementation plan in July 2023 to help bring the new technology into the national airspace system through a crawl, walk, run methodology. The plan also provides a framework for aircraft certification. In October 2024, the FAA released a new ruling for such vehicles, which outlines pilot and instructor certification requirements, as well as operational rules. The agency regulations will continue to develop in line with the new technology. Yeah, but I think that I don't know how they could do that, because these would not be using. You wouldn't be using these at an airport, I would imagine. So that would be, man, I can't imagine all those people, all the people would have those things flying them. Yeah, it says what the FAA calls uncontrolled airspace is hardly free of conflict. In fact, I found my time in the air pretty freaking dynamic. What with the flocks of stupid birds and trees and the Navy helicopter roaring down the beach at 200 knots, I had to keep my head on a swivel. Yeah, that'd be a little stressful.
Yeah. Plus overhead wires.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Those are all the things.
A lot to
Those
navigate.
are things we never think of, and I would see that as probably a bigger problem than, I don't know. At some point, it's going to happen. I just don't want it to be too early. All right, so let's see what else I got. I got that for a whole. Okay, I'm not going to do that one. Oh, Amazon had a cloud crash the other week.
Yes, I had that.
It said it was more than 1,000 websites and apps offline for hours, with the reports of spotty service throughout the day, and platforms affected range from apps like Snapchat, Venmo, as well as the British government's website. Now, what you may not know is that when they say Amazon's website was down or system was down, they host everybody's websites.
Right.
So Amazon...
They hosted... Go ahead.
No, just go ahead. No.
They hosted my daughter's in Wisconsin, her website, and her email. And it was down for a day and a half.
So what people don't know is that Amazon, we think of Amazon as a shopping thing. But Amazon is much, that's just a small piece of their money. And the reason Bezos is so freaking wealthy is he's got this as well. They have data centers that are blocks long, and they host, like on this, it said Snapchat, Venmo, the British government's website. They host a lot of sites, and so when they went down,
I bet you the British government wasn't too happy.
Yeah, and actually, it says they're the leading infrastructure with roughly 30% of market share. Microsoft, they have Azure, which is their version, and Google Cloud, Microsoft is at 20%, Google Cloud is 13%. So that tells you how big that is, that they have 30% of the market share. Now, when you add those together, that's 50, 60, 63% of the market share is those three companies.
Just in three companies.
Now, the rest of it, there's lots of other places. But like I use Microsoft cloud services because I do a lot of stuff for the Trash Talking Radio show on there. And, you know, they bit part that out to different places. And like you go through, if you want to, I can't think of the name of the places that have, that sell web space, but they all buy it from Amazon or Microsoft or Google or one of the other 30% or whatever that is left of that money.
Well, Apple has cloud services too, but it must be a very small percentage.
Yes, compared to those three.
Because when I got my new phone, I got hit with Google, Microsoft, and Apple all wanting me to join their cloud.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, Apple, you'll get like if you have an Apple phone, you'll get 5 gigs.
Apple comes with it, but the other services approached me.
Right, and you get a free terabyte. No, wait, a free. What do you get? You get with Microsoft, you get a free. I want to say, yeah, I think you get a terabyte for free, but if you want more, you have to pay. I don't remember what Christine pays for hers, but I'm on her account, so mine is free. But yeah, that's a big business. Yeah, that's crazy to think about it. The next thing I want to talk about was Cracker Barrel is inviting Americans back for Thanksgiving dinner after their failed 2025 rebranding. I don't know. People just...
Yeah, it's something. They really screwed up.
Yeah, but it's only a brand. It's only a freaking logo, and people went all crazy about it.
I know. I'm amazed at the response. I didn't think it was all that bad myself.
No, it was okay.
It didn't bother me.
It was not that big of a deal, but they really made a big deal out of it, and I don't know why it was that big of a deal. But
well, they must have loyal customers that really... Well, they were also changing interiors, which probably made people upset.
Yeah. Jeez.
They were taking the general store feel away.
That's just... I just think it's funny, though, that people get all bent out of shape about stupid things like that. It's a place to eat. Who cares what the logo is? I mean, as long as it's not a Nazi symbol or something stupid, who cares? So...
Yeah, that guy, he's very important to some people.
I guess so. Sitting there by the barrel.
Yeah.
So you know who Doug Martin is?
Yes.
Do you know about him?
No.
It says here, police say former NFL running back Doug Martin, 36, died after a struggle with officers attempting to detain him during a home break-in Saturday in Oakland, California. No other details were released. I don't really know exactly who he is or what he does.
Made some money. He made some money. He must have lost it all.
Yeah, I just feel it's kind of
maybe he did an O.J. Simpson and wanted some of his stuff back.
I guess. Best known for a stellar career with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he became unresponsive after being arrested early Saturday, according to a statement released by the Oakland Police Department. He was transported by paramedics to a hospital where he died. He was 36. 36? That's just sad. I mean, I don't even know what to think about that. That's just really sad.
You don't know what happened.
No, we don't have no idea.
How much did he resist?
It says, police said in a statement that Martin was involved in a break-in and a brief struggle happened as the police attempted to detain him. I don't know, maybe it was taking drugs or something. I don't know. I don't know what he might have. But it says the autopsy will be conducted. So that's kind of sad. You never want to see...
I just hope the police didn't cause it.
Yeah.
Because that would be another horrible event.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a there's a lawyer on YouTube that talks about officers that go over the line, and he has video footage of all these officers that tase people when they don't need to be tased, and all kinds of really bad things that you don't ever expect to have happen, and just really sad. But it's good to see that those kind of things are being caught and brought to justice.
Yeah.
Do you know who
Got to get the bad seeds out.
Grand Chess Master Daniel Narditsky says a former child prodigy credited with helping popularize the game died at 29. Cause of death undisclosed as of this writing. I don't know why.
29 years.
I mean, maybe he swallowed a king or something and got it stuck in his throat. Maybe his queen was not really helpful. Oh man. The Portland Trail Blazers coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat Terry Rozier were among over 30 people arrested yesterday. I don't know when yesterday was. It may not be yesterday.
Yesterday was
I don't know if it
3 days.
I mean,
ago.
I don't know if it was yesterday or not.
No, it was about 3 days
Okay,
ago.
was it? Okay. Arrested.
It was at the start. It was in the same day the NBA started.
Oh,
For the season.
okay. Were arrested yesterday as a part of a multi-million-dollar gambling scheme. Prosecution charged both men with wire fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering. Billups allegedly conspired with La Costa Nostra, the five-family crime network known as the Mafia, to fix high-stakes poker games. He allegedly did so using X-ray tables. I never even heard of this stuff. X-ray tables,
I know.
pre-marked cards, and hidden cameras. Rozier is accused of coordinating gameplay decisions, leaving a game early to rig sports bets. Both men were placed on leave yesterday, 5 days into the 25-26 season. Separately, collegiate athletes and team staff will be allowed to bet on professional sports beginning next month. The rule change and federal indictments come as American sports betting industry posted a record. How much do you think revenue was in sports betting?
It's got to be a lot. I don't know, but I know that it has changed sports.
$13.71 billion last year. And 43% of Americans say legal sports betting is bad for society. And it's up 9% from 2022. $13.71 billion.
Yeah. Now you can't turn on a sports show without them talking about the odds.
Yeah. Even WWE has betting. Like they'll think of weird things that they'll bet on. I don't know. Furloughed federal employees will eat for free at John Bon Jovi's New Jersey restaurant. That's cool. I mean, a lot of people,
he's okay.
Bon Jovi. A lot of people say a lot of things about Bon Jovi, but the guy really does care about people. He has that kitchen. It's right there. It's John Bon Jovi Soul Kitchen, and he set that up that people can eat for free. So he set that up years ago as part of his way of giving back, and I think that's really kind of neat that he did that. So an estimated 1.4 million federal workers enter a third week either furloughed or working without pay. Private nonprofits continue to show up in support of those impacted by the government shutdown. So, says even rock stars like Bon Jovi are doing their part. The Bon Jovi Soul Foundation was founded by John and Dorothea in 2006. So, and they have 5 community kitchens throughout New Jersey. It's kind of nice too. It's not even like just a building with a couple tables on it. It's actually like a restaurant. And I think here it says each location customers pay a suggested donation of $12 for a meal, or pay it forward for others in need. People who can't afford to pay can volunteer to work at the cafe. So they have a way of making it so that you can help pay it forward. So I thought that was cool. I knew about that kitchen for a while. Next, so Pennsylvania Pizzeria gives free meals to kids in need while SNAP benefits are paused. So there you go.
SNAP ends. People will not be getting their checks on their EFT cards. They won't be getting them as of November 1st.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I probably should have known that.
Yeah, I have a friend who lives in Illinois, but anyhow, I'll be buying his food for him.
Oh, wow.
Not bragging, I'm just saying it's kind of hard because not everybody has somebody like Patty and I that will pick up the slack.
But the
People are going to be hurt.
The biggest problem with that is that so many people were abusing it that these things are happening.
Yes, but the abuse is bad,
Yes.
but my friend needs it. He can't make it without SNAP benefits.
I know those things. It sucks because they are paying for the abuse of other. When they announced this thing, I had so many people that I started seeing videos of on YouTube, sitting there complaining that, oh, I can't buy these junk food for my kid, but that's not what the SNAP was for.
Well, that's because Trump changed the requirements. The Department of Agriculture changes the things that you can buy and what you can't buy.
Right.
And it's right, because why should we be buying for a fully sugared soda
Right.
for these kids in the inner city that are overweight to begin with?
Right. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that if it hadn't been abused, it probably would have not been discontinued. I don't know.
Well, it's discontinued because of the shutdown.
Yeah, but the reason the shutdown is
They were
because
able.
there
They
was
were.
so many abuses on it. I don't know.
Well, I dealt in the inner city all my career, and the abuses were rampant.
Yeah.
I agree with you. There are people getting SNAP benefits that don't deserve them, that make enough money.
Yeah. We talked about Diane Keaton the other week dying. Her
Yes.
house is up for sale.
25 mil.
5 million. Jeez. She was slumming it.
But by some standards in Hollywood, that's a cheap home.
Yeah, it is, which is really weird. It's funny, I've been watching on YouTube. Geez, I've been watching a lot of stuff on YouTube. These mansions and stuff that were abandoned by people, and just freaking. I can't even imagine the amount of waste in that stuff, and the fact that some of these. Oh, here's the story. What's the difference between ghosts and demons? Books, folklore, and history reflect upon society's supernatural beliefs. That's what I was.
Different, Jay?
Sure.
Sure. Ghosts are a fable.
Okay.
Many people believe in them, but biblically they don't exist.
Okay.
There are demons, however. That is a truism. There are demons, but they're not like they're portrayed in the movies.
Okay.
They're fallen angels. They chose to rebel against God in the beginning, and 1/3 of the angelic host are demons. 2/3 stayed with the Lord. 1/3 rebelled. Their king is Satan, and they are out to destroy human beings. But they don't have as much authority and power, and that Hollywood makes them out to be.
Right.
They basically yap in your ear and try to get you to do things that you shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
That's basically what they can do.
Okay.
There's more than that, but the average human being only encounters them through them yapping in their ear. So picture the cartoon where you have the angel on one shoulder and the demon on the other. For most human beings on this planet that have ever existed, that is the most they encounter with a demon. Is that little voice in there telling you to do wrong.
Okay.
That's the most that they encounter. Some people encounter more, but most do not. Most do not have to fear encountering a demon.
Huh.
They're insidious, and they want to destroy us, but their power is limited.
Why are they so angry?
Because they know their fate.
Well, why don't they switch?
They've read the Bible. They know their fate.
But if they know their fate and they know that, can't they change and become?
No.
Why?
God locked them into their fate.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't do that with human beings. Human beings have choices. These fallen angels had one choice. They made their choice, and that was it.
Okay.
Human beings have choices. Up until death, you've got all kinds of choices. You can choose every day of your life what you're going to do. But demons had one choice.
Okay.
According to Scripture. Now you got, I'm basing everything I'm saying on my belief that Scripture is accurate. If you don't believe Scripture is accurate, well then, what I'm saying is nonsense. But that's how I'm basing mine.
Okay.
Because I believe Scripture is the Word of God.
Right.
And so I get my information from Scripture. And ghosts, there are no disembodied spirits. Now, when Jesus rose from the dead, there were at least 5 graves opened up and dead people rose because he took them to heaven with him. It was a partial resurrection. That was probably as close as you could get to ghosts, because people saw these dead saints walking around before they ascended into heaven. That must have been freaky. I don't know. I probably would have passed out in fright. They say every time you see an angel in Scripture, you fall flat in your face in fear.
Okay.
Because they're incredible beings, bigger, stronger, more beautiful than humans. But and they're imposing. And so the first words out of an angel's mouth is usually, "Don't be afraid."
Oh, okay.
Okay? So I've never seen an angel, and probably will never see an angel. That's not a common occurrence. But I know what would happen. I'll fall on my face and probably have a heart attack if I saw one. So, and if you saw a demon, they look just like angels. They're fallen angels.
Okay.
They're as beautiful as a real angel.
Okay.
They just have an evil heart. And they want to take as many humans to hell with them as they can get. That's the difference. Now that's a biblical position. Not everybody holds to a biblical position.
Okay.
So you're just getting a pastor's explanation of what's going on.
Well, that's why you're here. You're the voice of reason or something.
I don't know. I got a lot of people out there that would say it's not reasonable. So,
well, who are we? Anyway, now we got the tons of political stuff here coming. The ballroom bulldozer.
What Trump do now?
Well, besides tearing down the ballroom, what the crap?
And the Democrats are going nuts over it. What do they care? What difference does it make to them?
Why is he spending the money on this?
Because they've had for decades they've had to do other things to host a large contingent for a ball. They've had to put tents outside. They've had to go to other venues. Trump wanted, and other presidents have wanted to do it too, only they didn't have the guts to do it.
Wow.
Trump has the guts to do it.
Oh, he's got guts.
And it's and it's not being paid for by tax dollars.
What? Who's paying for it?
He's paying for it himself,
What?
and he has donors.
Wow. Okay.
So it's at no cost to the American people.
Okay, well
But
then
see,
I'm for it.
Trump wants to go big. Trump wants to go big.
Yeah.
He wants to throw parties where 650 people were there.
Okay.
So, is it necessary? No. Would it be nice for our White House to have it? Yes.
I think it'd be interesting.
You can be against it, but Democrats, their suggestion that anybody running for president on the Democratic Party vows that bulldozers come in and take it down day one of their presidency. Which is ridiculous.
This whole
Enjoy. The only thing I think is he wants to be the Trump Hall.
he
wants to for himself. Well, that just, it's his ego.
I know. And there are also rumors now that we've talked about this before, that he's going to run for a third term.
Oh, yeah.
And
well, he can't run for president a third term. That's the 22nd Amendment, says you can only be elected twice, 2 terms,
okay.
2 4-year terms. But if he ran for vice president,
See, I can't imagine him as vice president because it's not power. It's not the power he has.
and Vance or Rubio would run for president and win, and then resign,
Oh,
he could
jeez.
become president again.
What, do you think they would do
But
that?
then the problems with the 12th Amendment, which I'm not quite sure how it is, but I was listening today, and there's a problem with the 12th Amendment. So then they said, well, we can make him Speaker of the House. And then the president and vice president would resign because the Speaker of the House is third in line to be president.
Oh. Jesus. I can't. Oh, man, that guy's crazy. He just wants to, talk about wanting power really bad. If I was his age, man, I don't know.
He'll be 82 when this happens, and why would you want to be president at 82 years old? Why don't you ride off in the sunset and enjoy your golden years?
I think the golden years, he likes the fact that he can beat up people at his age.
Well, you know what he's doing in the Oval Office. Did you hear this? Did we talk about this previously? We might have. He's putting gold all through the Oval Office.
Why?
Gold accoutrements, because he loves gold. His Mar-a-Lago is all gold. His Trump Towers, his mansion in Trump Towers is all gold. He loves gold. He's into gold. And so he's putting gold fittings and gold accoutrements on all the furniture and all the fireplace and
He's insane.
I could see the next president going in there and saying, "This is gaudy. I want it out."
Yeah, really. That's crazy. Jeez.
It's his ego.
Yeah,
It's his
what an ego he's got, too. Jeez.
And a power trip, and he's on a power trip.
Yeah, he is. Then there's tensions between Venezuela, where he's, I guess, took out another drug boat.
Well, it's 10 now.
Is it?
He's
Really?
taken out 10, and the last one was taken out in the Pacific Ocean. It was from Colombia.
Wow.
So he's expanded his domain. And the largest aircraft carrier in the world, the Gerald R. Ford, and all of its support ships are now in the Caribbean.
Wow.
He is he's ramping up for a land war.
Jeez. That's
He
crazy.
has said he's going to take it to the land. He's going to start destroying manufacturing plants. He's going to start destroying transportation hubs. He's going to start taking out people that are transporting on over the road.
That's crazy. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's.
But he can't do it without Congress.
The thing is, you know, I can't say I'm against any of this because I am definitely pro what he's doing. But boy, it just seems like everywhere you turn, he's actually doing something. And whether or not
well,
you
not
agree
too many people are against this. Not too many people are against this,
Right.
except the Democrats. They're saying he's killing fishermen,
Yeah, but they're going to say
not
anything.
narco-terrorists.
They're going to say anything they can to try to undermine.
Make them look bad.
And
Sure.
it gives them a reason to complain. But you know, there's no president that has ever done the stuff that he's doing. It's
There's something new every day.
yeah, and
It's hard to
he doesn't
keep up.
sleep. He doesn't. There's every time I wake up, I'm like, what happened now? Oh, he got another cartel boat or something. It's crazy. You know, I don't know of anyone that's worked as hard as he has worked, and whether or not
He is the hardest working.
yeah,
He is the hardest working president we've ever had.
whether or not you
He
like
doesn't
him,
sleep.
you have to admit he does stuff. He does, he gets stuff done. There was a
He gets stuff
let's
done.
see. It says here another U.S. Strikes another alleged drug smuggling boat in Caribbean. I mean, every day I wake up, there's something going on, something I missed while you were sleeping. He's done a-
Well, people report that they get texts from him at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then at 7 a.m.
I don't doubt
they get
that.
more texts. He only sleeps 4 or 5 hours a night.
That's because he's got a lot to do. He's got to fix the country that was screwed up for 250 years or whatever it is. Jeez, it's crazy. Yeah, it says another. Let's see. Then there was, the Venezuela, which we talked about. Then we've got, what's this one? This is Colombia. Yeah, Colombia and Ecuador. It
In
says-
Ecuador, too.
Yeah, the
They're in his sights next.
yeah, it says the strike was the U.S. sixth attack on narco trafficking boats since early September. Seventh strike Friday killed 3 alleged drug traffickers affiliated with the Colombian left-wing group. At least 30 people have been killed since last month. You know, if I was told I was going to have to go on one of those ships, I'd say,
Well, this is what the Democrats are saying, and there could be some truth to this. What they're doing is they're making fishermen. They're making them on threat of killing their families
Oh,
drive these boats.
jeez.
And that could be true. Because who would volunteer to drive one of these boats?
Nobody. Well, I mean, who knows what their country has reported. Many of the people probably don't even know that this is going on.
True.
Because
That's true, too. But, I mean, it could be true what the Democrats are saying. And, that would be sad, but, the 300,000 people have died in the last 3 years of drug overdoses, so
yeah.
I'm not too sad.
No, me neither. But it's really interesting. It's I've never seen it. I mean, you got on this side he's taking out drug traffickers. This side he's taking out, or he's stopping wars, and this side. I don't know how he has.
Well, he stopped the war between Vietnam and I lost the 2 countries. I knew them when we started tonight, and I lost them
It's
now.
probably this article right here that I'm trying to pull over. Malaysia and Cambodia. No.
Yes, that's it. Malaysia and Cambodia.
Cambodia.
Yes,
Here it is,
he-
between
he-
Cambodia and Thailand.
And
A deal
Thailand.
Cambodia credits Trump with helping. Trump announced a separate trade deal with Malaysia, Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam that will see them purchase dozens of U.S.-made planes over $25 billion, as well as invest in U.S. agriculture and energy sectors. Malaysia and Thailand also agreed to supply the U.S. with critical minerals and rare earth materials.
See, we got a problem because China owns most of the rare earth minerals in the world. And they're threatening to cut the West off.
Wow.
And so Trump is going everywhere. He made a deal with Australia. They're going to start mining rare earth minerals. That's why he wanted Greenland, by the way.
Ah.
You know, he wanted Greenland because they may have rare earth minerals. It's a problem. It's a big problem. One that's underreported. But anyhow, you know, he has stopped about 4 wars now.
Yeah.
It's about time he gets the Nobel Peace Prize. But that's just my opinion. He'll never get it because the world hates him.
I know.
He'll never get it.
But I tell you, I gotta say that I can't believe how much work he's done, and I don't remember.
He's
well,
incredible.
last time all he did the whole time was try to protect himself against all the idiots that were
Attacks.
Yeah. Now he's actually doing stuff, and now we realize what we could have had we not had that stuff. So.
Well, do you have this one? He's trying to get the federal government to pay his legal fees for all the attacks that he had.
I don't have that.
$230 million. He's trying to get the federal government to pay for it. And there's some big problems with that because as a civil servant, you're not allowed to accept gifts or in-kind donations.
Okay.
So the other charge is he waited until he put people in place that would approve it, until he asked for it. Instead of asking for it before he got elected, he waited until after he got elected till he was assured he was going to get it. That's a little sleazy.
Yeah.
And but that's Trump.
Yeah.
You know, you got to take the good with the bad.
But you know, when I think about all the things he's doing, because you don't get a whole lot of money, and he's not, you know,
$400,000 a year. For Trump, that's pocket change.
Yeah, and he's done much more than that, in my eyes.
Well, he doesn't take a salary; he donates it all.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Why did he should just take that money and put it somewhere to pay for it, so that way he can say, "I didn't ask for any money." Then I don't know. It's a tough question because like I said, I don't even know what to think about it because he does so much. There's some things I agree with, some things I don't agree with, but we wanted somebody that's working, and he's working, and really working.
Biden worked 2 to 3 hours a day. It's coming out. That's about the average that he worked.
Yeah.
3-4 hours a day. Trump does that in his sleep.
Oh yeah, Trump sleeps 3 or 4 hours a day.
Right, works the rest.
Yeah, well, I heard that Kamala was talking about running again.
Oh yeah, she put it out there that she's a servant of the people and she's got more to give.
Well, then she ought to
Which
be a
the only.
Oh man.
So somebody said they're going to donate to the Kamala for President campaign committee as soon as it's established. Republicans are going to start donating to it so that she wins because she's easy to beat.
Jeez. Okay, I get it. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah. Well, who they got?
Newsom's been what?
Who do they got?
Newsom. And
like
Pritzker.
I said, who do they got? Newsom.
Yeah.
Newsom never really did anything good that I saw. I mean, he destroyed California.
Right.
I can't imagine anybody. Well, people might forget that now. I mean, but I can't imagine that being a possibility. I don't know. I mean, maybe we're just overlooking that his greatness. I don't know.
There's a couple of Democratic governors that are pretty decent that could run, but the problem is that you know that we're going to have a communist mayor of New York City.
Yeah.
So that is the direction of the Democratic Party. That's where they're going.
Okay.
And the moderate Democrats aren't allowed to speak.
Oh.
So, yeah, they're frightened to speak. And the conservative or moderate Democrats have no voice right now. They need a voice. Maybe one of the Democratic moderate governors will ascend to the throne, which would be a nice change. I'm not against Democrats. I'm against the progressive communist left wing.
Okay.
I used to be a Democrat. I'm not against Democrats. I'm just against the radicals in the party.
I'm not against Democrats
The leftists.
or Republicans. I'm against radical either side.
Either side.
You know,
Yes.
I just think it should, if we're talking about taking care of the people, let's take care of the people, not just the people on the left or right. That's the kind of way I feel. I just feel that they've just been spending too much time trying to be what they are. And that scares me a lot. So my issue is not with necessarily the Democrats or the Republicans. It's the radical. It's the all or nothing, you know. That's the problem. So
Well, that's the problem in Congress, because you have the very conservative Republicans and the very liberal Democrats can't agree on anything.
that's the problem. And that's a big issue with the way it's set up now. So I don't know. I just think that there are ways to do things without being above overboard, you know. And it'd be nice to get to a situation where they could agree on something, because they're not so far one way or the other.
Where do you have medical benefits from, Mike? Do you have your own? You pay for your own?
I pay for mine.
Do you know how much your premiums are going to go up in January 1st if they can't come to some agreement?
I have absolutely no idea. I have.
It's going to double or triple.
I have.
Because
It's
the one thing I agree with the Democrats about is because something has to be done about these premium hikes.
Right.
People aren't going to be able to afford them.
Yeah. Well, how do we do it? I mean, what, you know, insurance has always been an issue. Every year, ever since we were little kids, you know, there's got to be, I don't know the answer to it, but, you know, certainly it's been expensive every year. And when I left my job, I was paying $550 a month for insurance. That's just too much. That's just
Way too much.
And it took me a while to figure out a solution. And all the while I was doing it, I was thinking there's got to be a better way. And now I'm not paying that. I'm through UPMC. So their network gets me down to $250 a month, I think is what I pay. And I haven't really paid, and because I don't have a lot of drugs that I have to take. I only have to take pretty much my pain med, and I don't take any supplements or anything like that. So fortunately, I'm healthy enough at this point, and I haven't, even though I need both knees fixed, I need both shoulders fixed, I need my back fixed. I've just been putting it off because I don't want any surgeries. I am so tired of surgery. Every time I go out for surgeries, I almost die. I don't want to almost die anymore. I'm getting close to the point where it won't be an almost sometime, and I'd rather just keep living. It's bearable. I want to keep it going. So, oh, by the way, you said you're going to be around town Thanksgiving, right?
Thanksgiving week, yeah.
If you're around on the 22nd, that's when I'm playing next. Oh, after the next.
Is that a Friday or a
Let's look.
Sunday?
Let's look. It's probably a Saturday. Let's take a look. It is Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Nope, I'm not coming in until the 24th.
Oh, that's a shame.
That is a
That's going
shame.
to be a good show. It's going to be at the Sherman's Creek Inn. It's going to be fun.
But I will be in studio on the 25th.
Yes, I gotta tear this place. Boy, there's monitors and cords and, I mean, there's stuff everywhere trying to fix it.
Just give me a seat and a microphone, Mike, and I'm fine.
I will, but now that I got the biggest problem out of the way, knowing that hiss and that noise, now I can start putting things away and deciding how I'm going to fix it. But I know what the issue was, and now I can work around the issue. And maybe I can make that other system work now, if nothing else, as a repeater, so that it doesn't take all the overhead of this. So we'll see. Now I can experiment with, now that I got good sound for the first time in 3 months or 2 months or whatever it is, we can figure out the next step, and now I can start over with that other computer. Maybe I can find a solution. That other computer doesn't like vMix at all, so I might have to do some rethinking of that. I've got another computer I might be able to put on it that might be able, but I've spent a lot of money on that computer, and I hate the idea of not being able to use it for that, for what I want it to use it for. I'll figure it out, but it's kind of nice to know that it actually sounds, people can listen to it without it making that noise, because I couldn't figure that out for the life of me, and I never would have suspected this mixer, because this mixer has been loyal to me for a long time. I've actually had this mixer, I got the mixer, I probably used this mixer for 10 years. So, that's a good track record for it. Now I gotta get another one. Alright, next. Trump commutes former Representative George Santos' prison sentence.
Santos is a piece of work. I don't know why he did that.
Probably because he probably made an agreement with him when he knew it was going to happen. He knew it was going to go to, the guy was going to go to jail. So he began his sentence in July after pleading guilty to wire fraud and aggravated identity theft. He was expelled from Congress in December of 2023, less than a year, representing New York's 3rd congressional district, following his federal indictment. So, yeah, you're right. He's a piece of work. But what do we do?
Isn't he the one that kept lying about his resume and lying about this and lying about that and had identity fraud?
He did have identity fraud. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a lot of issues, but the people they must have believed him. So.
Well, I guess it's better than commuting Diddy's sentence.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing that I can't believe he's going to be out that quick.
Yeah.
Okay, Trump and Zelensky meet in Washington. Did they meet yet?
Yeah, they met. The big issue is that Zelensky wants cruise missiles that can travel 1,000 miles. He wants to strike deep into Russia. And Trump is hesitant to do that because that is escalating the war.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who's right. Zelensky is, what? You know what Russia's doing now? I just heard this right before we went on the air. Right before we went on the air. They're taking drones, small drones, and they're putting grenades attached to the drones. And they're flying them over cities. And when people are walking or going out to their gardens, they're dropping a hand grenade on them and killing them. Right? And it's a war crime. It's an absolute war crime. You're not supposed to be going after civilians. Right? But Putin is a psychopathic, pathological killer. He's a murderer.
Right.
He's a killer. And something has to be done, but the worry is that he'll escalate and kill more civilians. That's what Trump's worried about, escalating this war. And it's bad enough as it is, but to make it worse, it's going to be worse on civilians. So Trump doesn't want to give them the cruise missiles, the Tomahawks, and Zelensky desperately wants them because if he If he can't take out infrastructure and take out the oil supply lines, he can't make Russia hurt.
Okay.
See, right now, only the outskirts of Moscow and St. Petersburg are hurting. His power base, Putin's power base, is in Moscow and St. Petersburg. They're not hurting. So the oligarchs and the professional crowd isn't screaming, because the rich people are staying rich. The middle class are staying middle class, and there's no pain involved in this war. All the other parts of the country are hurting, but his power base is not hurting. Zelensky wants to attack the power base, and with these Tomahawk cruise missiles, he can attack the power base. So it's a dilemma.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you tick Putin off and have him do worse? He just tested a nuclear-powered cruise missile that is nuclear-tipped and can travel 8,000 miles.
Jeez.
He's bragging about it all over the world. It's a problem.
Yeah.
This man is insane. And do you provoke him to do something stupid? I mean, that's the dilemma. So Trump,
Why don't you
I don't know any president. I mean, Biden wouldn't do this either. Trump's in the same dilemma Biden was. You don't want to tick off Russia to the point they do something stupid. Because there are nuclear-tipped howitzer rounds. They can be fired from a gun sitting on the ground. He has threatened to do that already.
Wow.
He is crazy enough to do it.
Yeah, that's the problem. Why don't they just take him
That's
out?
the problem.
Why don't they take him out?
Well, I am sure if they could, they would. I'm waiting for one of his generals to take him out. That's what I'm hoping happens.
Yeah.
But his generals are corrupt and on the payroll.
Yeah.
And now there is speculation within the intelligence community that he is moving out his generals and putting family members and trusted allies into positions of prominence because he's worried about his generals. Do you know there are 47 people in Russia that have committed suicide in the past 4 years? High-ranking generals and officials. You know how they commit suicide?
No.
They get thrown out of third-story windows.
Oh, that's suicide. Yeah.
That's suicide.
Jeez. I don't know.
We're not dealing with a sane, rational man.
Oh,
If ever someone was possessed, it's this guy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't want to bring a downer on the whole thing. I debate every week about how much I should share about what I know. Because we have a nice, uplifting, fun program. This is depressing.
This program covers everything from happy to sad and back. So
anyhow, that's what's going on with the cruise missiles and the meeting between Zelensky and Trump. Zelensky's trying to convince Trump to give in and let him have them. And Trump is hesitant to do
well, we
that.
should just make them the 51st state.
Make them the 51st state. There you go. That's Trump's solution to everything.
That's right. Jeez. Well, on the good side, inflation increased less than expected last month. Consumer Price Index, which measures the changes in the cost of a basket of goods and services, rose 0.3% month over month in September and 3% year over year. Economists expect respective readings to be 0.4 and 3.1. The index is the only official economic data released during the government shutdown. U.S. stock markets closed higher Friday. The S&P 500 plus 0.8%, the Dow 1%, NASDAQ 1.2%. Separately, Security Administration announced a 2.8 cost of living adjustment for 2026. So
that'll help me.
Yeah, me too.
So back to the healthcare thing for a second. My son-in-law for FedEx, they just gave him a nice raise, a wonderful raise, and raised his health insurance the exact amount of the raise.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, that means at least they're looking out after him. I mean, many of us wouldn't have had that. Place where I work, they wouldn't have.
You're frozen, Mike, if you can hear me.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just looked at the screen. I'm still moving, so it must have been a glitch in the transmitting to you. Actually, just for your information, this weekend is going to hopefully slow me down after this weekend. So I hopefully will have time that we can figure some of these other things out after this. We can figure out a better way to, although we now know what the problem was, we can fix that and go to the next level, I hope. So, and I got new monitors. I've got, right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm running 9 monitors right now.
It may be too much on the system.
No, everything's working now. So I might be just what we needed. No, I don't need to run 9 of them though. I think I need to now that I've got, like I said, once I start moving things, it depends how I tackle the next level. Now that we know the buzzing problem and it's taken care of, that's been eliminated. I do have to replace that mixer with something because I don't want to run USB microphones. I can, but I don't want to because when you're in the studio, I have no way to run 2 USB mixers. So, or not an easy way to do it. What I'm going to try to do is take us off of the main computer, put us on the second computer, and see if we can hear everything. And if we can, that'll take that load off of this computer. I was actually surprised this computer ran the videos without any hiccups. So I think I'm on. I eliminated some. I did some cleanup on this computer and took out some of the things that was on this computer that the hard drive was full. So I took some things off the computer. Seemed to run a lot better. This is an i7. So it's a pretty powerful computer. I kind of hoped that I would get to take this computer off of this line, but I'm not gonna be able to. But I got some plans and some ideas to try to make this go to the next level. So I haven't given up on it yet. I just have to sit down and plan things, and it's going to be a lot easier now that that noise issue is gone. It says Trump ending trade negotiations with Canada over a TV ad. Do you know about that?
Yeah, they took some Ronald Reagan quotes that he did on a radio program and ran it against, because Reagan was anti-terror.
Okay.
So they ran it in the World Series and made Trump mad, so he canceled the negotiations.
I just think some of this stuff is pretty childish, you know.
Yeah. He stomped off and threw his oatmeal on the ground and stomped off to bed.
New York GOP disbands young Republicans over controversial messages. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about that.
Yeah. It was some Nazi stuff. They were admitting to being slightly Nazis.
Jeez.
And it was. They thought they were on something that would never be found out, and it was found out. You can't anything you do now is going to be found out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's not safe. If it's in the digital space,
That's the
it's
thing.
going to be
It
found
doesn't
out.
go away. It's not as if you can just crumble up the piece of paper and nobody will see it.
So, yeah, they should have been thrown out and ended.
And the thing is, the worst thing about that is that the Democrats are saying that the Republicans are acting very Nazi-ish and stuff like that, and these
Yes.
kids are
And that just confirms it.
and makes it look bad for them anyway. But I don't know. I just wish people would just think about
Lighten
things and I don't know. There's a lot of logic behind both sides, and why can't people just agree on some things and let's let the Nazism, that whole thing just scares me because it destroyed a lot of people's lives, and we don't need people being pro-Nazis, we just don't need it. There's no real reason for people to act like that. It just, at this day and age, I mean, especially these kids that don't know what it was really like. I mean, they weren't alive at that period of time. We weren't alive at that time. I don't know.
Well, it's a horrible thing, Mike, and those people should have their lives destroyed. They should be FedEx workers from now on instead of whatever profession they were in.
FedEx want them? Jeez.
Well, I wouldn't want them for anything, but I'm just saying they shouldn't be professionals anymore.
Well, they proved that they can't be. But,
No.
I would say give them a job in a soup kitchen if they're lucky.
There you go.
I really respect the FedEx workers and man, I'll tell you what, they work hard. I got stuff on Sunday. That's I got stuff for the studio. When you get in here, I hope to get the other computer, the other camera and stuff set up. But the stuff that I got coming, I hope.
What's it come off FedEx?
Some of the stuff's coming FedEx. Some of the stuff I don't even know how it comes anymore. It comes and I just see it on my porch and I said, "Oh, there it is." And okay. So here's a funny story. I guess it was. Let's see, what day was it? It was. I think I was at the school, and I was outside and it was bright, and I had to take a picture of something for the school. I don't remember what it was that I was taking a picture of. Anyway, I ended up taking the screen protector off because it was too dark. I couldn't see what I was doing, and so I took the screen protector off, and it got dirty and stuff, and I didn't have another one, so I ordered a couple. Well, Christine says, "Oh, I can get you one. I can give you one." So a couple days go by, and I thought, "Oh, I didn't get the screen protector, and my screen protector should be here Friday." It wasn't. I didn't get it. So Saturday, she gives me a screen protector. She said, "Here's one of mine." So I put it on my system, and Sunday I'm looking at my tracking, and it says it was delivered Friday. I thought, oh. So I went to her and I said to her, "By the way, keep your eyes open for my screen protectors because they said it was delivered Friday." And she got this look on her face. She goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, I think I gave you one of your screen protectors." So I thought it was really nice of her to give me one of my screen protectors. She thought they were the ones.
She's very generous.
She thought they were hers. I said, "If you get a chance, maybe you could give me, you could make me some pizza that I bought for myself." It's good we have a good relationship. I was going a couple days without a screen protector. It's because she had them. But I mean, I don't get that many packages. Well, I don't know. At times I get a lot of packages, but lately I haven't been buying a whole lot because my retirement people forgot to send me money last month, and I couldn't understand why I was broke. I kept looking at it, kept thinking, why don't I have any money in my account? And I started tracking it, and I looked and I said, oh, I didn't get any money like 2 months. So I called my people and said, "Where's my money? Are you guys holding it?" And they looked and they said, "Oh, we put security on your account and something triggered it and it didn't go." I said, "Well, could you send me my money? Because I don't have any money left." Oh, man. All right, next thing. Prince Andrew relinquishes royal titles and honors amid the Epstein accusations.
Yes.
The 65
He's lost it all.
Yeah, 65-year-old brother of King Charles was dropped. He dropped his Duke of York title, among other honors, noting speculation around his ties to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Distracts from the royal family's work. I don't see how that would distract from the royal family's work, but he shouldn't, But anyway, apparently, yeah. Well, isn't he the one that moved here to get away from everybody?
No.
Oh, that's the other one?
That's Charles's son, second son, Harry.
Well, he's
his oldest son.
It says 65-year-old brother of Charles. He's 65, man.
Yeah, it's his brother.
Man.
Charles is much older.
Yeah,
than
he
him.
is.
He's a much younger brother. But this woman, I forget her name. She wrote a book, and she accused him of raping her when she was 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
And through Epstein. She was set up through Epstein.
Wow.
And it's a pretty credible account. And he likes them young. And there's been rumors about him for years, but no proof. So finally, everybody's had enough. So he's lost everything, and I think he's lost his income too. So he's in trouble.
Yeah, it says Andrews denied wrongdoing.
Right. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's been smoke for years.
Yeah, he was stripped of his military titles and several charity positions in 2022 amid now settled lawsuit alleging sexual abuse in coordination with Epstein. Man, I'm telling you, Epstein has done a lot of stuff to a lot of people, and has certainly it's the gift that keeps giving.
Well, when you have a predilection to like them young, you're going to get in trouble somewhere along the line.
Yeah. John Bolton pleads not guilty in federal court. Says the first-term Trump administration national security advisor surrendered to authorities yesterday after being indicted Thursday. Bolton, who left the White House in 2019 after falling out with the President Trump, pleaded not guilty to 18 criminal charges of mishandling classified documents. He was released on his own recognizance and is expected back in court November 21st.
He's as guilty as sin. They found the documents in his possession.
Jeez.
So
that's crazy.
You plead not guilty because you always plead not guilty.
Right, sure.
So,
yeah, you're not going to say, "Oh, yeah, I did that."
Right.
Man, is it the old guy there?
It's the old guy there. He's a Trump hater. He's on CNN and MSNBC. Republican that's a Trump hater.
Boy.
So he gets play on the liberal network.
Oh boy. Well, sometimes you.
Trump has a lot of haters out there, doesn't he?
Does he have anybody that likes him?
Hey, I read stories that Trump is the most charming person you'd ever want to meet.
That's all the things I've heard.
He writes personal notes to people all the time. He remembers their birthdays. He remembers things about them. He's a totally different person, personally, than he is publicly.
That's for sure. I mean, it better be.
I wish he'd carry some of that over into the public. He'd get along a whole lot better.
No King's Day protest turned out in cities. Did you see what? That's funny. Okay, so they had this No King's Day thing, and Trump sent out a thank you on Twitter saying, "I appreciate your No King's Day thing. Thanks to you, There are no kings taking my place. And
did you see his meme?
What's that?
Did you see his meme?
Yeah. No.
Did you see his meme?
No, I didn't.
He's flying an F-15 fighter and he's dropping poop on the people.
Oh boy. Well, you know.
And he's wearing a king's hat.
Now you know what else happened that was
He's
really...
dropping poop on the protesters.
You know what else that was happened that was really funny? Saturday Night Live did a skit with Tina Fey and what's her face, the girl that hung out with Tina Fey and the girl that with Parks and Recreation. They were both SNL girls. They did a No Kings thing, and they did this thing that says about that was anti-ice. It was actually pro-ice, and it turned out to be so good against. It was supposed to make you think it was like a commercial showing ice going in and taking the people away and everything. It turned out to be it ended up looking like it was pro-Trump when it was all said and done, because it had all these people being taken away in these buses and stuff, and it looked really like everybody was cheering it because
it was pro-Trump.
It backfired, and Trump said, or they put, "Thank you for this great commercial for us." It was just, you got to think about what you're saying before you say it, because what was supposed to be a parody turned out to be a pretty good commercial for it. If you didn't see it, you gotta find it. Maybe I can send you a link. I think it's probably on YouTube somewhere, but that's where I saw it. It was just so, and then I went and watched the Saturday Night Live. You have Peacock, right?
Yeah, Peacock.
Watch Peacock with Tina Fey and as one of the and whatever the other girl's name was that was the host. You will laugh so hard when you see that. You'll say, that didn't quite work the way they wanted it to. It was so funny, and I saw it on YouTube, and then I said, holy cow, was that really on Saturday Night Live? Then I watched Saturday Night Live, and I laughed my butt off because it didn't do what they wanted it to do. So, yeah, that was funny. But anyway, all right, next. The man who set fire to Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's home, sentenced to at least 25 years in prison. What did he expect?
Good.
What did he expect? He should, I'm surprised that...
He's lucky nobody died.
Yeah. That's, oh man, there's people that do that stuff. Supreme Court rejects InfoWars founder Alex Jones' appeal of nearly $1.5 billion to Sandy Hook defamation penalty. So he's still trying to get out of that.
Well, yeah. Well, it's done now. So
good luck with that. Sometimes you open your big mouth, and you got to be careful what comes out of it.
And the thing is, the reason why he's guilty is because he knew it was a lie.
Right, and he
said it anyhow.
And kept saying it. He kept doubling down, and you can only go so far. Yep. President Trump humorously awards Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Yep, on his birthday.
Yeah. Congress remains at an impasse over spending proposals after House passed measure fails to advance in the Senate for the 8th time. Let's see, what else we got here. President Trump says...
that really angers me because a lot of people, our airports are hurting.
Yeah.
Air traffic controllers aren't getting paid. TSA workers aren't getting paid.
Right.
And they're calling off sick. And so an undermanned system is now more severely undermanned.
And
this is dangerous.
And it's not only undermanned, but it's one of those high-pressure positions where...
High-pressure jobs.
Yeah.
They're mandatory working 6 10-hour days. The computer systems are antiquated.
Yes.
And they're overworked. And now they're even more overworked.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Why can't grown men and women just sit around and figure it out?
Yeah, I don't understand. It's just, it's all because you don't like him, he don't like you, and you're not going to agree on anything because you can't agree.
We send them there. We send them there to fix these things.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll fix them one day the way we don't like. Maybe we'll fix them the next day the way we like. But we're supposed to fix them.
Yeah. But the minute he got in office, it was guaranteed nothing was going to get done. Well, a lot of things got done anyway, but they're not they're not helping. They're like the big bad brother that, hey, I didn't get it my way, so I'm going to make sure you're going to have to fight for everything, instead of working together. The founding fathers got to be disgusted on both sides.
On both sides.
Yeah, because everyone doesn't want to work together, and it doesn't matter if one side did cooperate, because then the other side wouldn't cooperate. So we have both sides not cooperating. So it just sucks because it shouldn't be that way. I think this is an old one. Trump will meet with Putin in Budapest. Is that one?
Yeah, that got postponed, canceled, whatever.
Yeah,
because it's a waste of time.
Yeah. Afghanistan and Pakistan reach a ceasefire. I don't know how long ago this was, but I'm thinking
this was a while ago. But it's another Trump.
Yeah.
Intervention.
And I think this is. This is new. Did you hear about this? Japan's new leader is elected conservative Sone Takaichi is the first female prime minister yesterday as a coalition deal between her liberal Democratic Party and the right-wing leaning Japan Innovation Party. She succeeds Shigeru Ishiba, who resigned last month after election losses left the LDP without an outright majority parliament for the first time in 15 years. So I don't know if you read that or not, but that's
she's Japanese first.
Yes,
like Trump's America first.
Yeah,
yeah.
So that's the.
They have a lot in common.
Yeah, yeah. Then let's see here. I've got. This looks interesting. This is actually not political. I'm going to actually say something not political. Waymo eyes London. That should be interesting. I find that interesting because, Waymo has been the first self-driving autonomous vehicle that I think that's been mass done, and the only one that's ahead that is slightly ahead of Tesla, and it's only slightly ahead because Tesla's doing some things that are crazy. Like once Tesla actually succeeds at what they're doing, they're going to blow everybody away. It's funny, they took a Tesla and a Waymo and gave them both the same starting point and gave them both the same ending point. And Tesla beat it by several minutes because the Waymo didn't like the highway, and the Tesla loves highways. So it was interesting to see that.
My daughter and son-in-law took a Waymo in Sanford.
Yeah.
Is it San Francisco?
Yeah.
In San Francisco.
When I was in LA, there were tons of them. I've never seen so many of. You get those weird spinning things on top, and they're really interesting. They caught my eye and made me definitely take.
They were nervous. They were nervous at first, but they said after a while, it's just like it didn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Once they saw it navigate some city streets, they got comfortable with it.
Actually, same with the full self-driving. I mean, after you've tried it and after you've used it a while, I miss it. I miss not having it because that was something I used all the time. And, as we get older, we don't necessarily trust ourselves. But
not as much. I know it at 70.
And I really miss not having it because I love that full self-driving. And that's why I'm leaning back at Tesla again instead of the Lucid. I mean, I like the Lucid, but I don't think their self-driving is not nearly what Tesla's is. And Tesla is going to make a lot of money once they get this all work. Not that they haven't made a whole lot of money, but you know, once they get this technology done, and I saw a video today that said that one day of Tesla recording, they record all the self-driving things. One day is worth a couple million hours between all the cars that are out there using it of research.
Wow.
And that's a day. I think it was 10 million hours a day is what they're at right now. Which is, can you imagine storing that much data? But they take that data and they use that to, that's
enhance.
It's real life driving.
Real life experience. Yeah.
That's really intense. When
to make their product better.
Yeah. So I mean, that's intense when you think about it. How much data they have on that. I think it's really cool that they, you know, that they are doing that. I actually got through all the political stuff and everything that I wanted to make sure that we talked about this week, because we hadn't had a chance to do that in a couple weeks. I even deleted a lot of stuff that wasn't relevant anymore, and still had.
Do you have anything on Amazon?
Like
what they're doing? What they announced today? They're laying off or firing 30,000 people.
No, I didn't put that in there, but we could talk about that. Yeah.
Most of it's due to AI.
Oh yeah.
They're replacing jobs. They're replacing jobs because AI can do it quicker, better, and cheaper.
Well, I mean, it's a business thing. It's
a business thing.
It's no different than the computer replacing paper. You know.
That's right. Well, in the Industrial Revolution, it replaced farmers.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's just the way of things. It's sad when you're the one losing your job. I mean, I'm not trying to diminish that.
Right.
But it's the way things have been forever. When there's technological advances, but new jobs are created. I mean, look at all the new jobs that are being created.
I mean, think about this. Kids of let's say the millennials. I mean, look at what jobs they're doing nowadays. A lot of them created content creation and stuff that we looked at it. We said, that's not a job. Actually, it is a job. They've got to be creative, and it's no less important than a musician. And it turns out that some of these people are making pretty good money for doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's not as hard as some of the jobs we may have had, but our jobs are not as hard as our dad's jobs, and
That's right.
theirs is not as hard as their dad's. So as we all move forward, the things all change, and that's what civilization is about. Eventually, we'll destroy ourselves. And there will be no civilization. Then somebody starts all over again. Then an amoeba turns into a being of some sort and takes over the world, and it just never ends. That's what it's all about.
My grandson is a math brain, and I mean, he's not exceptional, but he does well in math. I'm talking to his mom, and I go, we're always going to need electricians.
Yeah.
And they make pretty good money. And, he doesn't have to go to college.
Right.
There are plenty of tradesmen. I mean, he was really interested. We had our trees trimmed on the property Monday. And he was watching, he was here, and I let him off of homeschooling so he could watch the tree guys climb the trees and trim the trees. And he was fascinated by it, and he's a rock climber. And I said to him, you could do that job. And he said, I think that'd be cool. tree trimmers make a pretty good living. When they gave us the bill, I know they make a pretty good living.
Yeah, when they did my yard, I can tell you in 4 hours they made $1,700.
They make a pretty good living.
I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have done that in 3 weeks.
I couldn't have done it. No.
They had the right equipment to do it. But who knows how old's your grandson?
7.
So who knows what
he'll be facing
in 10 years? Who knows what it's going to be? They may not even have. I mean, when we were kids, we would have never been schooled at home, let alone through our phones and our internet. And they didn't have internet back then, but now people got schooled through, and conferences and stuff like that are all done from home now. We don't know what it's going to be like in 10 years. It's hard to believe.
As fast as technology is changing, it could be a totally different world in 10 years.
This is definitely fast changing stuff in this world. There's so much going on. It's funny you would say that because I was taking the garbage out and I ran across a bunch of stuff from my brother that died. A lot of them were tech things. He had CDs from Microsoft that you had to have them to have your business because you had to have the newest of the new. Well, he died in 2012. That's 13 years ago. Those discs aren't worth they're worth more as coasters.
Worthless.
They're worth coasters, If you need coasters for your table, that would be a place to use them. I mean, they're not worth anything. I mean, when was the last time you used a CD for anything? They're all USB or they're downloadable, and the technology and the whole world has changed so much. None of that stuff is important anymore.
I remember having folders with pockets in them where you put all your drives in.
Yeah. It's just
so you could reboot Windows. What was it? Windows 1 or Windows XP or whatever. Yeah.
Then there was Windows.
Because you had to reboot them all the time because they didn't.
And then there was 3.1, and then you were using DOS for some stuff, and it's crazy because the world's changed so much.
10 years it could be a totally different world.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, we may have chips in our brain at that point, or might be glasses that are looking. I mean, we already have glasses that have computers built into it that you can see as you're walking down the street. You can actually navigate in your glasses, or you can have a conversation. It's like it's funny because people talk about people that are time travelers and that they'll look at an old picture and they'll see a guy like walking down the street like this in the 20s. And they're wondering why he's holding something at his ear, and then somebody will come up with this theory that guy was a time traveler, and that was a phone he was talking to at his ear like this, when it was probably just a guy who had to scratch his ear. And they took the picture, But who knows? I mean, there's really no limits to where we're going to go.
Well, people stare at me because I have the newest hearing aids.
Yeah.
That have Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So I put a podcast on or music on, and I'm listening through my hearing aids.
Yeah.
And I'll get a phone call, and I'll have my phone sitting somewhere else, and I'll answer my phone. I'll answer the phone and sit it down and walk around talking.
Yep.
Through my hearing aids. People are staring at me. I mean, and that's just within the last couple of years, Bluetooth and hearing aids.
But back in 2000, when Bluetooth first came out, the first version of Bluetooth, I knew it was coming out probably a year and a half, 2 years before it came out because I would work for a tech company. And I remember when it first came out, and the fact that I could actually do this stuff wirelessly, and didn't have to plug my phone, didn't have to plug my earpiece into the phone to talk to, little by little these Bluetooth things took over, and now everything's Bluetooth. Except I still can't get Bluetooth to work with this computer. I wanted to use speakers on it, and every time I put a speaker on it, it would not activate with a Bluetooth speaker. But It just, oh man, it's just amazing, all the technology that we've seen and all the technology that's still coming. I mean, eventually, now think about this. In the 60s, when Star Trek came out, communicators, that was like a wireless phone. You're walking around talking to people without a wire, but it took it to the next level. A wireless phone that you can take outside of your house and drive in your car and drive in and everywhere. And now you have this, and you can take, I remember in 2000, early 2000s, when I was doing wrestling, to go to a show, I didn't have a phone till like 2006, but my wife did. But in 2000, during that time, I had a phone, I had an MP3 player, I had a GPS. All these were not connected. They were all individual units.
They're in one unit.
So we were driving around with the GPS and this phone and you know, it was like, oh man, and the MP3 player, because I was remember in the 90s when MP3s first came out. My producer, we were working on my album, and he said, oh, that stuff was never going to catch on. I said, it's really good sound. He said, I can't believe it. An MP3 can be that. And I gave him an MP3 player with headphones. He listened to it and he said, oh my gosh, that's really good. That'll never replace an analog recorder, though. He had this big 24-track recorder, and sure enough, now he's doing all digital.
Yep.
The world's changed, man, and everything. Look, when did you think that we would have self-driving cars? I mean, who would have thought
that was a thing of the future.
Right.
That was a thing of the future.
And electric cars, back in the 60s, they had electric cars. Got like 12 miles to the charge, and it took like 12 hours to charge it, but they still had them. And even when the Tesla came out, they had cars that were like that, but they were only, I think the one car got like 50 miles to the charge. What are you going to do with a car with 50 miles? and it takes hours to charge, you know. But now you can charge your car in, 15 minutes or whatever.
Well, the electric car is only limited by the battery technology.
Right, and that's getting better. In the next year or two, you're going to see a world of difference over what we have now. And every year it's going to be better. I understand that Elon's opening up a new battery place in I think it's in Nevada. And that's going to take us to the next level. He's got these batteries I was talking about over the months. That's what they're going to take over. When they have these SSD batteries, solid state device batteries, we're going to be able to go up to a charge station, plug the charge in, and as fast as you can pump gas, it's going to fill that thing all the way up. And it's going to be unbelievable. I mean, it's going to be that quick. And the other thing we haven't seen yet, we've been talking about, well, we haven't been talking about it, but I'm watching it real carefully, is the new cars that are going to be running off of water. There are cars out there. They're not able to they haven't. It's kind of like the early days of electric, where there's no place to charge. It's one of those things where you have to. It's an H2 hydrogen car. You have to charge the hydrogen or whatever it is that you got to do to make it work. But that's going to be virtually free to fill once that's made. And you're going to get the best cleanliness out of your vehicle. It's water vapor. That you can't beat that. I mean, that's about
so it's better than electric because of what do you do with an old battery? Is that the problem?
Yeah, basically. But the thing about the electric car is there's so few moving parts. And when you're talking about hydrogen, you're going to be back in the moving
There's
parts
still
again.
parts of it. Yeah.
So that's the one problem. But the world's changing quicker than we can keep up with it. And I'm excited about it because I like technology. I like to see what's going on, and I think it'll be interesting.
So let me tell you a funny story about being 70 with technology.
Okay.
My daughter was giving a talk to donors with her job, and her husband Ben wrote some family members and said, "Look, I'm giving you the link. Get on Zoom, and you can do it anonymously, right? And you can listen into her talk and find out exactly what she does for a living, right?" So Patty doesn't tell me about the anonymous part. And my Zoom automatically goes right to live mic, live video, live camera. And so the next thing you know, there I am, and I go, "Hi, Maggie." And you should have seen her face. What is my father doing on this video call? Because she didn't know what was happening. And I panicked so I realized what was going on. And it was on a screen. She had up her PowerPoint, and so the screen was different. And I didn't know how to go. Like, I'm looking at my screen now, and I see my camera and my mic, but I didn't see it on the screen she had. I couldn't go back anonymous. I panicked because I'm 70. Instead of, Yeah, her and Ben had a nice little discussion about that.
Troublemaker.
Troublemaker.
Oh, man. Us old fogies. I don't know about that.
No. I need help with technology because I'm 70 and it's tough keeping up. I'm trying, but it's tough.
I'm telling you.
The older you get, the harder it is.
And I'm not as up on it as I used to be back in the day when I was selling technology. I don't do that now, and now I don't know the stuff like I used to know, and I really miss being in the know of that stuff. It's weird to think about. I've always been on the cutting edge, and since I retired, I'm not really cutting edge. I still am ahead of a lot of people because some people, just like my band members and stuff, they don't go into the technology. The one guy bought a really fancy pedal for his guitar, and it's got more stuff than I would ever imagine. Like 16 spaces for 16 effects at one time, times the thousands of effects you can get for it. And then you can upload new effects off the USB port on the back of it. Thinking, do you really need all that stuff? Man, I'm sounding old that I would say that, but, that's just crazy. So, I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to learn as we go. It's not like we have a lot of options on this. It's not going to go back. You're not going to get the genie back.
It's not going backwards.
You're not going to get the genie back in the bottle. So, anyway, I guess we can end it now.
It's 10 o'clock.
We got through. We actually got through the show, and I'm glad that we actually figured out what the issue was. So now we hopefully won't have that issue anymore. All right. See you guys next week.
Good show, man.
Thank you so much for checking us out, and we'll be back again next week. Same back time, same back channel.